My name is Joseph Mayer, and I am the town's plan reviewer. I've been working here for a little over 6 years. Well, I look at all the plans that are submitted through the Planning and Zoning Department, and it usually starts from the very beginning at the Easton Staff Development Review process, and it goes to the end when they close the project out as an as-built plan. It's important because you need to establish from the beginning to the very end that the plans are being designed and constructed, to be accurate as possible, and that's pretty much the importance of it. And you need, as I always have said before, the devil is in the details, and it begins at reviewing the plans. On a day-to-day basis, I get, I'll look at all the, the projects that I have, scheduled, and it varies. It can be a commercial building. It could be, an industrial type building, and it could go right down to residential homes. It really varies, and I'm looking at different plans, and it's fun to see different types of projects, every single day. I've always aspired to kind of work for some type of government agency. My father worked over 40 years in Anne Arundel County, and he was the chief of the drafting division. And I always admired him and how he evolved into that role. But I was the opposite end. I was the private sector. So this is where I want to be. I couldn't ask for a better place. Well, some of my hobbies have varied, as time goes on. At one point, I dabbled in the movie business, sort of say. I was an extra, in a movie at one point. I've written screenplays for Project Greenlight through HBO. Obviously, I did not win the competition. But it was a fun experience, and I've made short films for the other company that I had worked for, and entertained like about 100 people at an event. So that's kind of how I got involved in films or short films in that regard, and that's how it evolved with doing like little projects on the side. It always brought joy. So. Really, with my kids, and we build a lot of things. We're now into building model boats. Well, no, I'll rephrase that. We built model ships. We're now building a 5-foot replica of the Titanic, and it's solid wood, and it's taken us many years to build this thing. I think we've got the main frame of the hull completed. Now, like, my kids will tease me, and they'll say, "Dad, this boat has taken a long time. The real boat was built in 2 years, and we're going on year 5." And I says, "I know, but this one won't sink." So they just keep egging me on.
To learn more about Easton, Maryland, visit us online at www.eastonmd.gov or follow us on social media under the handle @townofeastonmd.